So welcome to lesson 7 of Hebrew for Beginners. It is wonderful to be back in a new year. And still, I don't know, was your New Year's resolution to learn a little bit more Hebrew, to finish learning the Hebrew alphabet, to learn how to read and pronounce Hebrew words? Good, you're in the right place. So we begin with a review of the letters we've already covered. Aleph is silent, which means it takes on the sound of whatever vowel goes with the letter. Bet sounds like B. Remember, the bet has a ball in the box. There's a ball in the middle of the bet. Ball in the box. Bet has an alternate version. Bet and vet go together. Remember, the bet has a ball in the box and the vet has a void in the middle. Vet has a void, bet has a ball. Gimel has a gap in the bottom. Gimel is the only letter that has this gap in the bottom. This letter that looks like an open door is the letter Daled. You can see it's a door and it's open on one side. There's the door frame, and you can see it's open on one side. It's an open door, that Daled. Hey has half a leg. Could also say hey has a hole. There's a hole right there. Hey is one of the only letters that has a hole that goes all the way through. Vav is very straight. Very vertical, very straight. Vav is very vertical. By the way, these letters, as we're going through them, are in the order of the alphabet. We don't know where the order of the alphabet came from, but we know it was in Hebrew before it was in English, because Hebrew was written down way before English. It was written down before Greek. In fact, the Greeks learned written language from the Phoenicians, who were neighbors of the Hebrews. All of the Semitic peoples, the Phoenicians, the Hebrews, the Arabs, all had written alphabets before the Greeks came along, and that's where the Greeks learned it. The order of the letters has not changed since that time. Even back then, it was Aleph, Bet, Gimel. Alpha, Beta, Gamma is how the Greeks interpreted that. You ever wonder where the Greeks got the names of the letters? They got them from the Phoenicians. The order of the letters is one of the great mysteries of science. We will probably never know why they were put in this order, but as far back as we have letters of alphabets, we have this same or very close to the same order of the letters. So after Vav comes Zayin. There's also a nice song that you can learn. Aleph, Bet, Fet.
Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Het.
Myrtha's
Yes.
heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice song. It's better than our A, B, C, D, E, F. Didn't Mozart write that? I heard it's based on Mozart. All right. Zayin is the next letter. And how do we remember the difference between Vav and Zayin? Because Zayin has a little zigzag on the top. Vav is very straight. Zayin has a zigzag. Chet is shaped like a chuppah. There should be a picture of a chuppah here. So think of the word Hanukkah. And remember, anytime you're reading transliterated Hebrew, that's Hebrew words with English letters. Hebrew words with English letters is transliteration. The CH always makes a ch, like in Hanukkah, or chuppah, or chet. Tet has a tear in the top. Excuse me. Yud is like a little yippy dog. Yip, 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 because it's so little. You ever see the little yippy dogs? Maybe you have a little yippy dog. Maybe you have a couple of them. And they say yip, yip, yip. They usually, I think most people that have small dogs have more than one. I guess they keep each other company. It's kind of nice. But they all say yip, yip, yip. Cough has a curve. Oops. Cough has a curve, goes all the way around, even though it's a little bit less curved right here. It almost comes to a point. It's still, if you look very closely, you can see that it's curved all the way around. Cough has a curve, and cough has a cough drop. Look at this right there. That's why there's this picture of a cough drop there, so that you don't get it mixed up with chaf. That's the other version of the cough. Chaf has the same sound as chet. And you can remember, cough has a cough drop. Chaf doesn't need a cough, or chaf chaf needs a cough drop. That's why it's saying it needs a cough drop. It doesn't have it. Lamed lifts up. Lamed is the only Hebrew letter that lifts up above the line. All the other letters don't go up past this point. If you look at a Hebrew word, Lamed is the only letter that lifts up past the line. Lots of love. Mem, when you think of the letter Mem, think of a mountain climber. Notice the mountain. There's a mountain at the top and a little mountain climber climbing up the side. So you can, Mem will always look like a mountain. Will always look like a mountain here with a mountain climber on the side. You see the mountain and the mountain climber?
Yeah.
None. Think of a phone number. If you're my age or older, which I think everyone in this group is so far, then you remember dialing a phone number and holding that big receiver in your hand. And the nun looks just like that receiver you hold when you dial a number. Nun is a number. You can also think of somebody nodding in prayer, like nodding their head down. The nun isn't bent over, it just has a little nod, a little nod. So nun looks like a nod, or like a phone receiver. So think, when you think nun, think phone number. Samech is in a circle like the sun. There's a circle. You can see samech. Even when you write a samech, you draw a circle all the way around. Unless you are a scribe and you're doing Hebrew calligraphy. That's another class for another year.
Okay.
Or maybe later this year we can, that would be fun. I love teaching Hebrew calligraphy. It's a lot of fun. And you'll all be able to take it now because you know the Hebrew letters, which is the only requirement for Hebrew calligraphy, is you have to have a basic knowledge of the letters. By the end of this class, you will have more than a basic knowledge.
Okay,
You'll have an intermediate knowledge of the Hebrew letters, meaning you can string them together and form words, and you can remember that samech sounds like the sun or a circle. Ayin is silent like talking with your eyes. See those two eyes at the top there? That's how you know it's an ayin. Pei, as in Passover or peach pit. Do you see the peach pit in the middle there? There's a pit in the middle of the pei. Pei has a pit. Not to be confused with fei, which looks like a face and without a pimple. You don't want a pimple on your face. So you see the fei and the face. Tsadi. All right, this one, I know all of them are, you got to be a little bit creative, but the tsadi, you got to think of a pizza. There's a slice of pizza that fits into the corner of the tsadi. I don't know what this part sticking up is. Maybe that's the person holding it. Maybe that's the steam coming off of the pizza.
Sad pizza.
What do you think that extra little arm of the letter could be?
Like
We'll think about that. Send me your suggestions in the chat, or send me after class. So tsadi is in the shape of a pizza slice. Kuf, as in king. You can think of the crown and scepter. There's a very famous crown and scepter in the story of Purim, which is coming up faster than you think. Before you know it, Purim is going to be here. So you've got the crown and scepter of a king, or alternatively, you can look at it and see a key. Kuf, key, shaped like a key. Shin, you remember shin as in shalom, because she is always right. Where's the dot? It's on the right side because she is always right. Tav, as in Torah. Tav has a toe. Tav is the only letter with a toe on the bottom like this. Tav has a toe. Now we're going to review the Hebrew vowels. So all of the Hebrew vowels come in pairs. There's always a pair of vowels that have the same sound. Patach and kamatz, which look like a candy bar or an umbrella. What do you do if you get a candy bar? You say, ah, a candy bar. Very happy about it. And what happens if it's raining? Maybe you like the rain and you're holding the umbrella. You say, ah, it's raining. Or maybe you get caught in the rain and you say, ah, it's raining. But either way, you say, ah. Chirik. I picture a little button underneath the letter, just like a button you would press on an elevator that says eat, eat, eat. And you see that button under the letter, you think E. Tsere sounds like A, like snake eyes.
Snake.
If you play dice, probably heard that when you roll the dice, if you get 2 ones, 2 dots, that's called snake eyes. Or you can picture just a snake, a snake coming up.
Snake.
A snake. So it's the same sound in snake. Snake. They play snake. If you see 3 dots like this, that's a segol, as in bed, peg, or egg in a nest. Egg in a nest. You can picture those 3 eggs sitting in the nest right there.
Okay.
You see those 3 dots, you immediately picture in your mind 3 eggs, and you remember egg in a nest. Cholom has an O sound. And cholom can be with or without the vav. If you have the vav is part of the vowel. Vav and yud do this all the time. In English, we have A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Those are our vowels. In Hebrew, we have sometimes vav. Remember that the cholam is always over the letter, as in over the top, over. Some people also say it's like if you get an idea and a little light bulb goes off over your head, a little light bulb goes off and you say, oh, light bulb, oh. Over and through. That's how to remember the difference between the cholam and the shuruk. The shuruk, which goes through and says ooh, as in moon. Some people also remember that this is, if you get punched in the belly, you would say ooh, ooh. It's a little bit violent for my taste, but I don't know, I think we can tolerate it. Now let's combine these letters and vowels. B, e, be, sh, ah, sha,
Key.
e, key. Now, don't get mixed up with these look-alike letters. Remember that tav has a toe. You've got tav and chet. Tav has a toe. Chet looks like a chuppah. And that's not the only look-alike letter. Chet looks a little bit like a hey. And how do you remember that hey has a hole? There's a hole in the hay. Or you could remember hay has half a leg. Chet has a full leg. Hay has half a leg. Don't get mixed up with zayin and vav. What's the difference between zayin and vav? Vav is very straight, and zayin has a zigzag. Bet and kaf might look similar, but remember that kaf has a curve and bet has a base all the way across the bottom of the bet. Bet has a base on the bottom. Kaf is curved. These also have their companion versions, the vet and the chaf. Don't let those confuse you either. Just remember bet and kaf. if you see one of these, remember their partner version of the letter. Nun and Gimel. It's very important to tell these apart, especially if you're playing dreidel. Because if it lands on Nun and if it lands on Gimel, those are two very different outcomes. The Gimel, does anybody here play dreidel?
Yes.
What
You
is
get odd.
Gimel?
Gimel, you get odd.
Gimel, you get everything that's in the middle. You got to take the whole pot. That's a lot of fun. You see the little kids get all the little chocolates and candies and things. It's very exciting if you roll a Gimel. And what about Nun?
Nothing.
Nothing. You get nothing. So you don't want to get those mixed up. An easy way to tell them apart is because Gimel has a gap.
Yeah.
Don't get mixed up with Vav and Yud. Remember, Vav is very straight and Yud is a little yippy dog. We should have, all right, we also have sound-alike letters. I just realized we're missing a look-alike letter, which are Ayin and Sadi. Here's an Ayin. And you know it's an ayin because it has two eyes. It doesn't look like a tzadi because there's no place for a pizza. Right? You can't fit a pizza anywhere in here. That would be a very strange looking, strange shaped pizza slice. There's nowhere to take a slice of pizza here. So it can't be a tzadi, it's got to be an ayin. Letters that sound alike, Aleph and Ayin, what sound do they make?
Nothing.
Correct.
No sound.
They're both silent. Vav and Vet both have the same sound. So when you hear a Hebrew word like Tu B'Shvat, which is coming up soon, how do you spell Shavat? Is it with a vet or a vav? There's no way to know unless you know how to spell the word. Same thing goes for tet and tav. How do you know which one spells Torah? Or for that matter, Tu B'Shvat? Well, this one is the letter at the beginning of Torah, is a tav. And this one, the tet, is the beginning of Tu B'Shvat. Torah and Tu B'Shvat, they sound the same. You know, Tu B'Shvat, the birthday for the trees.
Yes.
It's a very fun holiday. It's not our most famous holiday, but it's one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun. Chaf and Chet sound the same. Hanukkah is spelled with a Chet. Baruch has a Chaf, or Baruchu has a Chaf. Now let's learn some new letters. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. The first letter we're learning is the Resh. Like round or robin or Rosh Hashanah. The Resh, there are actually different ways to pronounce the Resh. You'll hear me, usually I use the Israeli pronunciation, which is more of a guttural Resh. R, r, r. It's back here. R, Resh.
Resh.
You'll hear other people, the standard North American pronunciation is just like an R. We say Baruch.
Baruch.
And here in McAllen, we also have a lot of Spanish speakers. The Sephardic pronunciation is just like the Spanish R, Resh. Baruch. So in our congregation, you might be saying Baruch, and there's somebody on your right who's Israeli who says Baruch. and somebody on your left who says Baruch, and all are acceptable. So Reish sounds like
Reish.
round robin or Rosh Hashanah. Remember that Reish is round on the right. Reish is round
On the
on
right.
the right. We've already seen Shin. And we remember that she is always right. Now we're going to introduce a companion letter. It's not a different version. They're actually, unlike bet and vet, which are two different versions of the same letter. If we say B'nai Yisrael, which means the children of Israel, the Israelites, B'nai Yisrael, that's the same as V'nai Yisrael, as it shows up in Vishamru. We talk about V'nai Yisrael. And it's the same word, it's the same letter, it's just the grammar changes the pronunciation. That happens a lot. Shin and sin can never change places. If the dot is on the other side, that is a totally different letter. It's not a different version of the same letter, it's a totally different letter. Sin, remember that a sin is never right. So how does it go? She is always right. A sin is never right. Shin and sin. Look-alike letters don't get mixed up with the resh and the dalid. How do you tell the difference between a resh or a resh and a dalid?
One has a curve.
That resh is round, round on the right. Resh is round on the right. Everyone say, resh is round on the right.
Resh is round on the right.
You can also remember, that's the easiest way to remember. You can also remember Dalet is shaped like a door. You wouldn't want a door with a big curve in the top. It would be an unusual thing to see. Usually doors are square. They come to a sharp corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not round. Dalid, which looks like a door, like an open door. There's that Dalid. We have a new sound-alike letter. Sin and Samech sound exactly the same. There are not a lot of S sounds in Hebrew. Both of these are uncommon letters. But you might think like Issachar, one of the tribes. Sidur or Seder. So Issachar is spelled with a sin, sometimes with two sins. And Sidur or Seder. Oh, I thought maybe it said, I've got my Sidur here, but then I realized it doesn't actually say Sidur on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Sidur. I've got a whole wall of Sidurim. One of them has it written on, I'm sure. So here's an interesting sidur. There you go. Chris has one. So here's an interesting sidur,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see
Sidur.
this. You
Okay.
can see the. You can see. Oops. You can see the
Right.
samech right there at the beginning.
Mhm.
Sidur. Samech for sidur. This is for Jewish personnel in the armed forces of the United States. This is the official Department of Defense sidur provided to Jewish service members and rabbis who know people. A new vowel we're going to learn today is kibbutz, as in pool or zoo. Ooh, ooh. And it looks like a ghost saying, ooh. You see the ghost?
Yes.
You see how the ghost is saying, ooh. So every time you see those three dots, you have, the ghost is invisible. You're not going to see the ghost when you're reading the text. You have to see the ghost in your mind. All you'll see are the three dots saying, ooh.
Oh.
And so you remember that when you see those three dots straight in a row like that, it makes an ooh. Kibbutz. Kibbutz sounds the same as shuruk. They both say ooh. All right. It's everybody's favorite time. Let's practice.
Okay.
Gotta move my. I've got to move your faces so that I can see you and the letters at the same time. All right, we're going to go in the order that you are on my screen, starting with Ingrid, line 1.
All right, that is Ra, Da, is it Da?
Good.
That's Da.
Exactly
Okay.
the same. The dot
Right.
doesn't
Da.
change here,
Mhm.
and the ayin is silent. This is
Okay.
da. This is da.
Da. Ra, Re, Re, D, D,
E.
Re.
Good. And Chris, line 2.
Okay. Sha, Si,
Good.
Sa, Se,
She.
Say, Show, and Show. No,
What's that last one?
Show and So. The last one's So.
So, good.
Show and So.
It's very, very easy to get tripped up by those. That's one of the easiest letters to get tricked by. Mirtha, you've got
Okay.
line 3.
She. So. Sure. So. She. She. No. She. Is a. Show. She. Say.
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 Good.
See. And sha.
Shaw. Good.
And sa.
Excellent. And Jackie, you've got line 1.
Okay, so that is show, to, Zo.
I'm not hearing your ooh, like a nice long ooh from the belly. Shoo, to, zoo.
Oh, I was getting confused. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's the ooh. I was thinking, yeah.
Remember,
It's
over
the
and
dots in the bot.
through.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Over and through.
Okay, so it's a shu, tu, zu. Then it's lu,
Good.
ru, su, mu,
Yep, just like a
and
cow.
then it's that's that new letter. Ku,
Yeah, looks like a
and
key
yeah,
pointing down.
and that's also ku, right?
Also ku, it's curved, that's a cough, and it's got a cough drop.
Okay.
All right. Ingrid, you've got line 2.
Okay, that is boo,
Oh,
right?
you scared me.
And do, goo, su. Is that right? It's at a TS. Su.
Close. Look at this
Oh.
letter and
Oh,
this
it's,
letter.
it's an ooh, it's an eyeing. I'm sorry.
That's
Yes,
the
it's an
eyeing.
ooh. Ooh. All right.
You'd have a funny shaped slice of pizza if you
Oh,
tried to
that's
put it in
true.
there. This one, that's a
Right.
good shape for a
That's a
pizza slice.
stew.
Nice and pointy.
All
This
right. So
one's
that's
sort
just
of
ooh.
round there.
Correct.
Ooh, good.
And two, ooh. Do I pronounce the y?
You.
The yud, yes.
Oh,
Yud,
Yud.
if it has
because
a
it has a
vowel,
vowel. Okay,
always
so
pronounce it.
you.
If it doesn't have a vowel, then we
Oh.
got to take a closer look.
So then it says you, right?
You,
Okay.
good,
You. Su,
good,
su,
excellent.
oosh.
Oosh,
Mhm. And is that a P? That's pook. Pook?
good. It's not a P, it's a pay, but
Oh.
I won't mark you down. You don't lose any points.
Oh, but you still pronounce
It's
P,
pronounced, yes, it's
but it's a
pronounced like
pay.
the English P,
But
but
it's
it's not a
not
P, it's a pay.
pay. Correct. Yes.
All right, and then Chris, you're up for line 3.
Okay, okay, that's boot, food, cool,
Cool.
hook, move, poos, and loot.
Excellent.
Mhm.
All right. Now, look at these different uses of the letter Vav. Vav can make a V sound, can make an O sound if it's over, or it can make an oo sound. So if you wanted to write boot, I'm going to start from this side actually. Vet,
Vet.
boot, sorry, boat,
Boot.
boot,
Leave.
leave,
Load.
load, loot.
Loot.
All right, think you've got it?
Okay.
Here we go. Mirtha, you're up with line 1.
Okay. Es U, O, U, uva.
Good. Uva.
Shu,
Excellent. That's what you say to a fly.
lu, shul,
Good.
shul.
Beautiful. Same pronunciation. Exactly.
And a school. That means a school.
Yes, actually, I don't know. Shul is a Yiddish word. I don't know how you write shul in Hebrew.
sorry.
I would imagine it's probably one of these. Ingrid, do you have a hand up? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay. I sometimes I confuse because I heard my mother or my grandmother say the shul.
Yes, they were speaking Yiddish,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure how I'm not sure how it's spelled in Yiddish or in Hebrew. Yiddish can be written with Hebrew letters or with European letters. What I'm going to call European letters. I'm sure there's a better name
Okay.
with
Sure.
the
You want me-
Roman alphabet.
Okay.
And
Sure.
Jackie, you're on line 2.
Okay, so that's shuv. Yes.
It might be hard to see, but this is not round.
Oh, shuv.
Good. Shuv.
Okay.
It's got a base on the bottom like a bet. The only difference is it has a void. So that's how you know it's shuv.
Mhm.
Good. Keep going.
Umi.
Excellent.
Okay.
You've got the mountain and the little mountain climber.
Uv.
Uv.
But it's just different because I'm used to seeing that and it's a vav, and now I have to remember it's not. It's a vowel. Okay, so
That's right.
Okay, so that's uma.
Excellent. Uma.
Mhm. What's that other letter? Is that ufi?
Good.
Yes.
Ufi.
Okay, and then the other one's an ayin, so that's going to be ut.
Exactly. Ut. The ayin is silent. At least the way that most of us pronounce it today. Oh, I just saw there's something in the chat. Shul. Ah. Good, good, good. So shul, Chris just sent me a message. Shul is spelt this way. I don't know where you, Yiddish words of the week. Very nice. So yes, shul, it seems like is spelled just like this. That's how you would write shul. So shul means school, but it's also a word for synagogue, because what do you do at a
Yes.
synagogue? The
Mhm.
main thing you do is learning. Learning is as important in Judaism as prayer.
Mhm.
It is as sacred as prayer. All right, line 3. I think we're back to Ingrid.
All right, that is all right. Pavat,
Excellent.
pot,
Good.
oh, put,
Excellent. We got over and through.
and uvo,
Excellent.
and vavud, vavud. Is
Good.
that vavud?
You got it exactly right. You have 2 sound-alikes, the vav and the vet. And you have 2 different uses of the vav as a consonant and a vowel, and it didn't slow you down.
Okay,
All right, last one.
and vavo.
Excellent. All right. Next, we're going to try something a little bit different.
Okay.
You've now changed orders. So, Myrtha, you're going to be up next with line 1.
Okay.
Your job is to find the words that sound alike. In each of these lines, there are 2 words that
Okay.
sound alike.
Can I read it first?
You can read it out.
Okay. Rack, duck, Roche.
I see a dot underneath the ray.
Oh, E, Rish.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Roche. Okay.
By the way, if there were no dot here underneath the resh, the dot from the shin can sometimes do double duty,
Mhm.
depending on how the printer chooses to show the cholom, the dots. Sometimes you'll have 2, one with the resh and one with the shin. Sometimes if you don't see anything else, then that dot is doing double duty.
Roche.
It's the
Mhm.
O and it is the dot for the shin.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Okay. The next one, Dosh,
Good.
Rav, Rash, Rat, and Duck. Duck. There is any no, okay. Duck.
Good. You've got duck here and
Uh-huh.
duck here.
Yeah. And
No
then
good.
Rash. Here I have Rash. Oh, Rish. Because it has a, but without the E, Rash and Rash and the other way. The third one, in the end.
So we've got Rish.
Yeah, but without the I mean, without the vowel.
And
will be-
remember,
oh,
remember the difference between shin and samech. Samech,
Right.
like the sun or a circle.
right,
That would be Ras.
Rash,
Ras,
Rash, and Rish. Okay,
like a circle. And
Okay.
Rish, like a
Then-
shalom.
Shalom.
All right, Jackie, you've got line 2. Find the 2 words that sound alike.
Well, I found 3. I
Okay,
think there's 3. The second one, oud. Then the 4th one, there's another oud. And then the last one, there's another oud.
Mm,
No?
I see pizza here. Somewhere in this line,
Oh,
I
the
see
pizza. Yeah, that's a Sue. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then I guess it would be just the second one and the 4th one.
Sud
Okay, hold on.
and oud.
Oh, oh yeah, I see the pizza in the front too. Okay,
There's
so it's gonna be,
sewer.
yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so this one's gonna be Sue and Sue. Okay, yes, I see them. The third one and the last one. No?
I think you mean the second one and the last
Yes,
one.
yes, the second one
Okay.
and the last one.
I was looking at the third one. I don't think she made a mistake, but with pronouncing, I think it was the just.
Yes,
the order
yes,
of
I just
them.
got confused.
Yep, Sud. And over here we have Sud.
Okay.
Good. Chris, you're on line 3.
Okay, let's see. So we've got seed, seed, save, seer, save, and save. So we've got save right there, and we have, I think, another save. Save at the big, no, that was seed. No, okay, so seed. No. Let's see. Save. Oh, yes. Yes, save. The third one, save. And then the last one is also save.
There you go. Those are as different as two words can be. They share 0 letters and just 1 vowel. But it's even a different version of the vowel because this one has a yud. Save and save. Good. Line 4, Ingrid, you're up.
See, line 4, let's see, it's cos. Is that cos? Yes, and this is kus. Kosh. Coat.
Take another look at this first
No.
letter here.
Oh, it's a B. A bet.
Bet.
Okay, so
Good catch.
it's a B.
Oh
It's a
no,
B,
the
so
rabbi's gonna
Bosch.
scold me again.
Bosch. Bosch. Okay. And coat. And that's a boo. That's kush. Kos. And kosh. So it's kosh and kosh, the last one and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one.
This one you said kush.
Is it? Did I say kush? Oh, it is kush. Oh, and that's kosh. Oh, that's right. That's not the same. So which one says, well, that's an S, that's kosh, kos. So
Kos.
kos, okay. Right, kos. And kos. So it's the first one and the second to the last one.
And kos. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Again, 2 words as different as they could be. Kos. Kos.
Mhm.
Excellent. Can I move this? Yes. All right. And Mirta, you've got line 5.
Okay.
We're looking for 2 words that sound alike.
Okay. Asa,
Good.
asa,
Excellent.
asa. Oh, okay. Asha.
Asha. Good.
Uh-huh. Asa.
Asach.
Asa.
Good.
Yeah.
Asach.
Ata.
Ata.
Good.
Good.
Sa. No. Ta. T is TS. Sa. T. Tesa. Tesa.
Sa.
Sa.
That's
Sa.
a little bit tongue twisty, that word. Sa. 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 Good.
Sa. Sa.
So
So-
which are the 2 that sound the same?
Okay. The second one,
Asa.
and the third one.
This is Asha.
Oh, that's Asha. Okay.
Asha. You got
Ah,
Asa.
And the last one, I
That's
have Asa is the first one. Asa, the
Asa.
second one, and the last one.
The last one was Sash Sasa. So we know it's not that one. But yes, the first 2 I see Asa and Asa.
Okay.
The last one I see Sa, which is a
Asa.
whole nother thing.
Okay.
Good.
It's confusing.
Now here are some famous words and phrases from the prayer book, from the Sidur.
Uh-huh.
Ingrid, I think you're up. Line 1.
Okay.
You're at a disadvantage.
Oh my. All right.
Only slightly though. Some of you might
right.
recognize some of these phrases from the prayer book, from the Siddur.
So I hope I pronounced the accents correctly. They're always at the end.
The
or
accent
at the
is
middle.
always at the end unless, oh, they're not marked here. The accent is almost always at the end.
Okay, gadol,
Gadol,
Uh-huh.
agadol,
Hagadol,
oh,
good.
hagadol, hagibol, hagibol.
Hagibur,
Oh, that's an R, hagibur. All right.
round on the right.
Oh, okay. I
Hagibur.
don't know why I thought that was a lamed at the end. And
Habura.
Hanora. Hanora.
Excellent. Are these words for some of you that are familiar?
Yes,
A little bit?
all
Good.
of them.
Good. Mirtha, you've got line 2.
Aleinu, Avinu, Koleinu, Imanu.
Excellent. Jackie, you've got line 3.
I practiced line 1 and 2, but not 3. Okay.
That's all
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 and 2 were very good. Okay. Ata.
Good. Like Baruch Atah.
Uh-huh. And etad.
We got eggs in a nest.
Eh. Echad. Hello.
Echad, like
Echad.
Adonai Echad.
Yes, I'm thinking
Good.
of this. I don't.
God
Echad.
is one. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then we have an M with nothing. Okay.
So remember what we said about this dot can be double duty, part of the
Oh.
shin and also a vowel. It happens sometimes, and here's a great example.
Meshech.
So it would be,
Moshe.
what vowel would that be over the letter?
Oh. The
Correct.
no, I'm confused. Tell me again. What
What vowel shows up over the letter?
the E?
That would be at the bottom, like Avinu.
Oh, the
E-E-E.
O?
Over, yes. I was trying to
Uh-huh.
give you a clue.
Okay,
The vowel that shows up over the
Uh-huh.
letter.
That's gonna be Moshe.
Good. Moshe. And who is
Moshe.
he? Is he important in this week's Parsha?
Yeah.
Moshe, right.
Moshe is Moses, yes.
Uh-huh. And then it's gonna be above. That's gonna be Ot.
Look at the zigzag here.
Oh
at the
yeah.
top.
Zot.
Zot.
Zot. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was an okay. Then we go with Ha. Is it the same thing now? Okay. Hatorah.
Yes.
Good. What if you took the ha off the beginning? What word are you left with?
Torah.
Excellent. Ha means the.
Oh, okay.
Zot means this is. This is the Torah. Zot HaTorah.
This is the
When we hold the
Moshe.
Torah up during the service, we sing this Zot HaTorah. All right, Chris, you've got line 4.
Okay. Ki, bo, Shavat.
Good.
Nicole, Bara, La Tate, and Lo.
Excellent. And Ingrid, you've got the last line as well. You did so well on line 1. We gave you a second one.
Okay, so it's, I believe that's a door,
Good,
vador,
good. From generation to generation, dor vador.
door. Okay. Al, kol, ahe, ser. No, aheder. No, I'm sorry. Hesed. Hesed?
Good. And this is one where there's a special rule. The accent is moves up a syllable. Ha chesed.
Ha, hesed. All right.
Good.
Asita.
Good. Oops, I clicked too soon by accident.
It's okay.
But you were right anyway. Good. Let's practice some real Hebrew words. Mirtha, you've got
Yes.
line 1 again.
Now.
Yep.
Adir. Ath.
Oz. Yep.
Yeah, Ath. Ira. Efesh.
What is this
Ara.
shaped like? What is this letter shaped like?
Like heart, round, the sun.
Like the
fish.
sun.
Eh?
You wouldn't say the sun is shining.
Yeah.
The sun is
Eh.
shining. The sun. So let me hear that word one more time.
Efes.
Excellent. And it's that same rule.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and teach you all the rule because I can see there are a couple of other examples and it's not that difficult. Sometimes it shows up in odd places or in odd ways, but whenever you see
Uh-huh.
next to each other, the accent moves up. So instead of fs, it becomes fs.
Efes. That is like Efes. I heard that word.
Fs means nothing.
Okay. Efes, Arab. I don't see there is any. Okay. Omer.
Good. Excellent. And Jackie, you've got line 2.
Okay. Bashar.
Close.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, basar.
Good.
Basar.
Basar means meat.
Okay.
Meat?
You'll see this meat, correct.
Basar.
You'll see this on food labels. If you're in a kosher grocery, you'll say this one contains meat. It'll say basar.
Basar.
Okay. Behave.
Close. It's not a E, it's over.
Oh. Boher.
Good.
Okay. Boré.
Good. Like Boré Peri Hagafen. Boré means creator or one who creates.
Okay.
Bayit.
Good. Bait means house or temple. Coming up in March. Yeah. Coming up soon. Coming up in March, we're going to have our Beit Mitzvah.
Mm.
for our building, our temple building, which is 13 years old. So it's a big celebration and a big fundraiser, we're hoping. So be on the lookout for that. Our
Okay.
Beit Mitzvah.
Okay.
By the way, for those of you who are Jewish, if you have not had a bar or bat mitzvah, it's never too late. You can always have a bar or bat mitzvah. You don't have to be 12 or 13 to do it. You can do it anytime in your life. Just something to keep in mind. All right, Jackie, continue.
Yes, it's on the previous one, I believe. That's a yud in the middle, right?
Yes, I think you
Okay.
read bait.
Oh yeah, bite. Okay, yes. And the next one is Baal,
Baal.
and the last one is Ba. Why are those two dots like that?
It's 3 dots. It's a little bit hard
Oh,
to
I couldn't
read.
see it. Okay, okay.
I
So it's
didn't get a
gonna
very
be-
clear copy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Bakur?
Okay.
What's this
Oh,
vowel
Bokur. Yeah, Bokur.
here?
Yes.
Bo care. Good.
Oh, I was thinking the 3 dots going the other way. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
In a nest. It's not a ghost. They're not in a row. It's not saying ooh.
Uh-huh.
It's 3 eggs in
Okay.
a nest.
Yes. Boker Tov.
As in Boker. You got it. As in Boker Tov.
Uh-huh.
All right. Chris, you've got line 3.
Okay. Davar.
Good. Devar means that it's the opposite of FS. FS means nothing. Devar means something.
Mhm.
We also use it. Devar can mean thing, or it can mean a word. So like Devar Torah are
Devar
words
Torah.
about the Torah.
Mhm.
Right, okay. Davar. Okay, the next one is Devek.
Good. And you
Right.
remembered the accent moves up because it's eh. Devek.
Mhm.
David.
Dover. Or Dover.
Dover.
And then Dot.
Good.
Dakar. And Darash.
Good. Darash
Darash.
is
Darash.
not a story, like a story.
Mhm.
A explanation. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
So it,
Teresh.
so it's actually said then Darash, not Drosh. Like sometimes I hear it's a Drosh.
They're related words.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Now you've got me thinking. Now you've got me thinking. I'll have to look that one up. Ingrid, you've got line 4.
Okay. All right. It's Hevel.
Good. And remember, this is that special rule that we just learned.
Hevel. Hevel.
Hevel. Good.
Hevel. Hedad.
Hedad. Good.
Hedad. Hama.
Good.
Hered.
Say it again.
Hered.
I don't
Hered.
see a dalid at the end.
Oh, Herev. That's right.
Good. Herev.
Herev. And Hasade. Hasade. Hasade.
Hasadeh
Hasade.
means
I-
the field. A lot of important things in the Bible happen out in the
Hasadeh.
field. Hasadeh.
The 3 little dots, I also think of a pet because it looks like a pet with a nose and 2 eyes.
Oh, I like that. A pet.
A little pet.
The little nose and the little
Right,
nose and the
yeah.
eye, like a pet.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's good. I'm gonna hopefully I'll remember that one.
Mhm.
All right. And there are more options to practice in the book, but I think that that is it for us today. I do want to look at, so there are lots and lots of options. You can keep reading all of these real Hebrew words. But I'd like to close with words from our tradition.
Okay.
And we'll read them together.
Okay.
Seder,
Seder,
Sukkot,
Sukkot.
Moshe,
eh,
Torah, Mazal,
Mazal.
Pesach,
Pe-
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah.
Hashanah, New Year.
Excellent. Well, happy Gregorian New Year.
Mhm.
Yes.
We already have 4 different New Years, including Tu B'Shvat, which is coming up, the birthday for the trees. It's the New Year for the trees. We have 4 different New Years in the Jewish calendar. We don't need a 5th one, but nonetheless, I'm going to say Happy New Year, and I will see you next Thursday,
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you,
where
Rabbi.
we'll continue
Yes.
with lesson 8, putting some more of these things together and learning some interesting, unusual letters.
Very good.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Absolutely.
so
Good to
much.
Bye,
see you
everybody.
all. Have a
Good
great week.
night. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.